Greeting friends and viewers. Good evening. Nice to see you again. Today I was intending to talk with you and to discuss with you about the great play of William Shakespeare. The name of this play is Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. And I'm lucky, viewers, that I'm possessing a complete and great works of William Shakespeare in my hand. So let us talk about the drama Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. This is a tragic play written by Shakespeare, and in this play we can find this is the story of a prince whose duty to revenge his father's death entangles him in philosophical problem he couldn't solve. So in this play, Hamlet, we have many characters like the hero protagonist Hamlet, and Claudius, his uncle, the King of Denmark, the present King of Denmark, Polonius, the Lord Chamberlain, the minister, Horatio, friends to Hamlet, and Laertius, the son of Polonius, and many other characters. We have Gertrude, the queen and the mother of Hamlet, the present queen, and we have Ophelia, the girlfriend and the lover of Hamlet, the daughter of Polonius, Lord Chamberlain, and many other characters. So this is the play written by great William Shakespeare. The name of this play, as I told you, is Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. The story of this play is, as many of us know about and had read about this play, on that a prince named Hamlet, the hero of this play is, and the story starts on a dark winter night. A ghost walks the rampart of Elsinore Castle. Elsinore, the city where the castle is located in Denmark. Discovered first by a pair of watchmen. A ghost was discovered while they were on their watch. So then by the scholar, they discussed the appearance of the ghost, and this ghost resembles the late King Hamlet, the father of Hamlet of Denmark. So they discussed the appearance of ghost with the scholar Horatio. The ghost resembled recently deceased King Hamlet, who had died, whose brother Claudius has inherited the throne and married the king's widow, Queen Gertrude. When Horatio and the watchmen bring Prince Hamlet, the son of Gertrude, and the dead king to see the ghost, it speaks to him. The ghost started to speak with Hamlet. Firstly, Hamlet became very horrified. Then this ghost started to talk with him. This is the ghost of his dead father, the late King Hamlet of Denmark, declaring ominously that it is indeed his father's ghost, and that he was murdered by none other than the Claudius, his uncle, the present King of Denmark, ordering Hamlet to seek revenge on the man who usurped his throne and married his wife the goose disappear when the dawn approaches. Prince Hamlet devotes himself to avenge his father's death, but because he is contemplative and thoughtful by nature, he delays the revenge, entering into a deep melancholy and even apparent madness. And even after the disclosure, after becoming known this fact that his father was murdered by his uncle, he started to pretend himself as a mad, entering into a deep melancholy, madness. Claudius and gratitude worry about the prince's erratic behavior and attempt to discover its cause. They employ a pair of Hamlet's friends, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, to watch him. When Polonius, the pompous Lord Chamberlain, suggests that Hamlet may be mad with love for his daughter Ophelia, Claudius agrees to spy on Hamlet in conversation with the girl. But though Hamlet certainly seems mad, he does not seem to love Ophelia. He orders her to enter a nunnery and declares that he wishes to ban marriages. A group of traveling actors comes to Elsinore, to the city of Ham, and Hamlet seizes upon an idea to test his uncle's guilt. He will have a player perform a scene closely resembling the sequence of which Hamlet's image his uncle to have his image of his uncle. So the story which those traveling actor is going to play, the name of the story was the murder of King of Gonzalo. So murdered his father, so that if Claudius is guilty, he will surely react when the moment of murder arrives in his theater, during when those players were playing the King of Gonzalo. Claudius leaps up and leaves the room. Hamlet, being a guilty conscience, because Hamlet was testing that whether when his uncle will see this play, which resembles the same story of his father, then the king started to leaps up and leaves the room. Hamlet and Horatio agrees that this proves his guilt. Hamlet goes to kill Claudius, but finds him praying in the room, since he believes that killing Claudius while in praying would send him Claudius to heaven. Hamlet considered that it would be an inadequate revenge and decided to wait. Claudius, now frightened of Hamlet's madness and fearing of his own safety, ordered that Hamlet be sent to England at once. Hamlet goes to comfort his mother, in whose bedchamber Polonius has hidden behind a tapestry, behind a curtain. Hearing a noise from behind the tapestry, Hamlet believes that the king is hiding there. He draws his sword and stabs through the fabric, killing Polonius, the Lord Chamberlain. For this crime, he is immediately dispatched to England with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. However, Claudius' plans for Hamlet includes more than banishment, as he has given Rosencrantz and Guildenstern sealed order for the King of England, demanding that Hamlet be put to death. In the aftermath of her father's death, Ophelia, the daughter of Lord Chamberlain, goes mad with grief and drowns in a river. Paulinius' son Laertes, who has been staying in France, returns to Denmark in a rage. Claudius convinces him that the Hamlet indicating that the prince, is ship en route to England. That the prince has returned to Denmark after pirates attacked his ship en route to England. Claudius concocts a plan to use Laertes' desire for revenge to secure Hamlet's death. Laertes will fence with Hamlet in innocent sport, but Claudius will poison Laertes' blade so that if he draws blood, Hamlet will die. As a backup plan, the king decides to poison a goblet, which he will give Hamlet to drink. Should Hamlet score the first or the second hits of the Hamlet returns to the vicinity of Elsinore, just as Ophelia's funeral is taking place, so the streak-riven brother, stricken with grief, the brother Laertes, he attacks Hamlet, and they started to fight with each other. Back at the castle, he tells Horatio that he came at any moment. A foolish courtier named Osric arrives on Claudius' order to arrange the fencing match between Hamlet and Laertes. The sword fighting begins. Hamlet scores the first hit but declines to drink from the king's proffered goblet, killed by the poison. So Gertrude, her mother, takes a drink from it and it's swiftly killed by the same poison. Laertes succeeds in wounding Hamlet, though Hamlet does not die of the poison. Immediately first, Laertes is cut by his own sword blade, and after revealing to Hamlet that Claudius is responsible for the queen's death, he dies from the blade's poison and forces him poison. Hamlet then starts to stab Claudius through with his poisoned sword and forces him to drink down the rest of the poison wine. Claudius dies, and Hamlet dies immediately after achieving his revenge. At this moment, a Norwegian prince from Norway named Fortinbras, who led an army to Denmark and attack Poland earlier in the play, enters with ambassador from England who report that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Fortinbras is stunned by the gruesome sight of the entire royal family lying sprawled on the floor dead. He moves to take power of the kingdom. Horatio, the friends of Hamlet, fulfilling Hamlet's last request, tells him that about the Hamlet's tragic story. Fortinbras orders that Hamlet be carried away in a manner befitting like a fallen soldier. So this is the end of the play, where all of them had died. The king, the queen, the mother of the Queen Gertrude, the king, Hamlet, Laertes, So all of them had dead, and when the Fortinbras, the king of Norway, entered into the palace, they found all of them dead. And Horatio had told the tragic story of Hamlet to the Fortinbras, and he had given him an honorable funeral. So Hamlet is considered by the Shakespeare the most performed play by Shakespeare during and after his life. It's among the most powerful works of literature. A main theme of Hamlet are the story of this play moves around betrayal, revenge, love, death, existential philosophy, power and family. Shakespeare is regarded as greatest dramatist. He is the national poet of England. In the surviving works of this entire work of Shakespeare included about 39 plays, 150 sonnets, and 3 long narrative poems. He was born in Stratford. He started his career as an actor in London stage. He mostly wrote tragedies. By 1608, produced most famous work written in this genre. Theme of this play is impossibility of certainty, complexity of action, the mystery of death, a nation as a deceased body, performance, madness, doubt. Motive, what was the motive behind this play is incest and incestuous desire. Protagonist, the hero of this play is no doubt Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, and the antagonist is the Claudius as the primary antagonist in Hamlet's. And this play is called, by genre, this play is tragedy, and Hamlet himself was a tragic hero. So this, friends and viewers, this story, this place of Hamlet starts from poison, it middles in poison, and it ends in poisons. It starts when Hamlet's father was poisoned by his uncle, and it also ends when the entire Hamlet's uncle, his mother, the entire characters was dead, and they meet their tragic end. So I hope you will enjoy this very complex and beautiful play written by William Shakespeare. Thank you very much.